Hey folks, welcome to Wednesday, the 18th of April. It's turning about 12:30 here in Dublin. And yeah, let's have a look at these markets. I mean, I think we've, managed to hold on to some pretty decent, gains on equities, starting off with kind of Monday and Friday actually started kicking that off. See the DAX now holding up quite well here. But as we move into this US session now kicking off in about 2 hours' time, we can see the NASDAQ is kind of playing very technical here, as per usual with these markets. We like to have a good contextual view. Target yesterday on the upside, well, 12,426s. We had that really, from 9 o'clock, putting in a bit of a baseline here, just kind of created a line in the sand, but it wasn't a great area really to be doing business on the NASDAQ yesterday. But tacking on higher highs than we got on the open there through APAC, and now just holding that 12,426s as support. I think as I said earlier, 12,701s. I said yesterday on Monday. I think this is target bottom of the range for us to then get up, and I actually think this is a pretty good display from equities. We do need the next sort of catalyst headline to the headline risk for downside. What is that going to be? Maybe some appalling earnings coming out of some of the big caps. On that front today, we don't really have big earnings coming out today. Cisco, Aviva, Target, EasyJet, are some of the highlights, but not much stuff. So yeah, look, I think holding for the longs here on the equities is still kind of prudent. Saying that, I have been selling the SPOOs over the last hour. And there is this sort of trend here present on the NASDAQ, which looks all too tasty for the breakdown on the 12,426s. And if we do get that breakdown, it's probably going to wipe out to the bottom of the range of sort of Friday's trade there, around 12,181s. But that's what we're looking at really. So looking on the SPOOs yesterday and the S&P 500. Yeah, well, we've got daily bars here. Really decent update yesterday. Now, wasn't the easiest day for trading, I'll have to say, really, because we did round trip again twice to tack on the highs on day and close high there. Target was 40.93s. Nice push up, and now just finding a little bit of resistance there, coming back down onto this support, which is the low of the 2nd of May 2022. So I think we could bounce there and target the 20 EMA on the center of your screen. You'll see that 20 EMA is just up here underneath R1 on this session. A couple of lines in the sand, very clean trade here. As you can see, from kind of half two, we flushed out. It was actually looking quite decent for, I think it was the shorts actually. Let me just get that one here. Oh yeah, well actually yesterday buyers came in on sort of on the open and then quickly got snapped down. Looked like the selling would at least keep pushing down, but that failed. And then we kind of managed to hold this line in the sand. 40.36s to 42s, and the best trading there, 6.5 lows and 7.5 lows into the close. And then Globex reopened, very small gap there at the top, and just shaving off a little bit of that upside. Now, the Dow, a little bit clearer on this sort of line in the sand. The trade yesterday up, targeting 32,610s. You can see that we got that, at 11 a.m. Just after I'd done this recording, and then pulled back to this trend to then find that support to come back and test on the bottom of this line on the sand, line in the sand. So this trend up here is broken. I think the Dow is the only component telling me that we should be open to a lot more downside on equities today. But I just feel like this does need to get higher, test the 20 EMA before we can kind of talk about some big selling coming in here. So that is it on equities. On oil yesterday, we'll just give you a kind of contextual view of where we stand on oil. We are sort of breaking out of this general sort of tighter, well, it's kind of a tight range in and around here. But generally I think the market yesterday was looking for a lot more upside. Janet Yellen, of course, came over the airwaves and said that they are open to introducing not only tariffs, but also a mixture of embargoes and tariffs on Russian oil. And immediately you did see a bid come in on that. But, that kind of happened in around, I think it was around 3, was it? 2, 3? Yeah, it was around 3 o'clock here. Back up to the highs of day, quite a bit of buying into it, and then just absolutely ran out of steam at I can't remember the price, but we are now back adjusted. I think yesterday before we rolled the contract to the July contract, N for November, or sorry, N for no, is the July contract. I don't want to confuse you here. But yesterday the price was about 111.15s, I think, or 111.50s. Today, now we've rolled forward, so it was about $2.77 in the spread between the May and the June the June and the July contract. We're now trading the July contract. So anyway, look, by and by, we sold down. Okay, there was that flurry of buying just was not sustained, and we just folded back down into the range, and ultimately holding support though on the top of this line on the sand, 110.72s, and I think targeting 113.30s, 115.12s are highly suitable here for today. And above there, the price starts to get really wild, as you can see. So the perma bull, he's still alive. He's loving it. Stay long. That's all I can say. Um, what else can we see? Gold, not interested. Nat gas, sort of calming down a little bit here, around $8.30, 323 cents. There's a little bit of selling on European gas today. But I think nat gas is a bit wild at the moment, and of course the margin is now full exchange margin. I think it's been increased, I think, to about 17 grand per contract on nat gas, which kind of makes it wholly not that efficient for application of margin when you're looking to kind of move a bit of size. So yeah, look, that's it for me for today. I think, yeah, dollar, another thing before I go, the dollar, a bit of weakness come in here yesterday on the dollar. Technically, we are back below 103 spot 822s. Weekly bars here. I mean, I think we can get lower on the dollar and higher on the euro, but I'm not convinced that this is the point where we turn and can start to buy into the expectation of the rate hikes in July from the ECB. So still kind of sitting on my hands here with the euro and just trying to nibble away and find some value here and there. All right, that is it for me for today. For another pre-US session, please do click the link and subscribe, and join us in Discord where we're trading these markets every day and getting some really good trades on. So good discussions as well. All right, have a good one, and I will talk to you later. Cheers.